Thanks, Rick. I get really excited every time I hear that presentation. I'll introduce myself. My name's Amrita. I'm a former dentist, and I've been growing and building my own skin and aesthetics clinic in Bedfordshire for the last 8 years. I got introduced to Nu Skin last June, so I'm in month 11. And it was primarily to explore the collagen because that's where I had a gap in my offerings at that time. But it was India that really, made me listen. And I knew that there was something in my gut that was telling me that I needed to explore this further. But India aside, for me, with my background, with what I do, it had to be about the products. And so, like Rick said, the first thing I had to do was try these products for myself. Once I got my hands on the products and into the hands of my close friends and family, I saw those results very quickly, much quicker than any other brands that I've been working with in my clinic. But I had to do more. So for me, it's all about the science. It's all about the clinical validation. And so once I started digging deep into the science, I was absolutely blown away. So much so that I actually flew myself out to HQ in Utah to meet with the scientists, see the laboratories, to actually hear more about the company and the people behind it. It's got a strong history. And as mentioned, this company was the first to bring humectants to the market, to work on epigenetics, that gene expression, over 20 years ago. And it's mind-blowing that, Nu Skin were able to do that long ago. But it's also the innovation and the roadmap for the future that really got me excited. If you have a customer with Nu Skin, there will be a customer with you for life. There will always be something new, something that's on trend, and most of the time ahead of the game with Nu Skin. So when I came back from Utah, I knew that I was ready to put my name to the brand and bring it into my clinic and expose my patients to the brand. This brand sits on the same shelf in my clinic as all the other medical grade brands that I use. There's absolutely no difference between them. The ingredients, the delivery systems, it's everything that I would look for in a brand when I'm looking to bring it to my clinic. But you've got the added at-home devices, the full supplement range. There is so much that this company can offer you. You can offer something to everyone that you know. Then, going on to India, for me, this is definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity. And the fact that I have Indian heritage, but also eligibility with my OCI, I'm in a really strategic advantage where I can really go for this opportunity. And I've got it with both hands. I'm working really hard at the moment to build my India teams here in the UK. And I want to pioneer this. I want to be an early adopter because the time is now. We know India is a booming market. Beauty and wellness are going to be absolutely huge out there. So where we've got a new opening, but also with Prism, it's just going to be phenomenal. And I'd also like to add, the fact that, if you do work hard in this business, you are recognized for every single achievement. And just 11 months in 12-day times, I'm actually going back to Utah for my first all expenses paid trip, which I'm really excited about. And, the opportunity is there for anyone. You can do as much or as little as you want. So if you're thinking about it, don't think too much, get your hands on some products and speak to every Indian that you know. Good luck and thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Amrita. Look at Amrita's skin, it's like perfect, product of the product. Yeah. I just wanted to introduce the next amazing testimonial, and also wanted to add Tom, who you heard it from before, is one of the top leaders in the UK and has reached a very high level with the company. Is just a fantastic entrepreneur, fantastic guy, and one of the best team players that we have in our company. So thanks for sharing, Tom, earlier. And Lena, why don't you share with us a little bit about your story and your background and your success?
Thank you very much, Rick. Hi, everyone. Wow. I mean, it's just like Amrita, I've heard that presentation multiple times now, and it just every time I hear it, it reinforces the magnitude of this hugely privileged position that we find ourselves in, people of Indian heritage like Amrita, myself, and Tom. So yeah, my name's Lena. I've been with New Skin for exactly a year. I celebrated my 1-year anniversary last week, so happy birthday to me. I live in Switzerland, but I was born in the UK, and I went to boarding school in India, and there I learned 3 different Indian languages. I learned classical dancing. I go back to India every year of my life. I was married there. My connection with the motherland runs really, really deep. I currently run a marketing agency. My background was actually in pharmaceuticals. I worked for a pharmaceutical company in marketing. And when I was made redundant, had a bit of a midlife crisis, moved to Ibiza, set up a record label. And now I find myself running a marketing agency in the electronic music business. And I've been doing that for 13 years. I also run a nightclub in Croatia. Every summer, I'll go and live out there. 15 years I've been doing that. So, I've got some skin in the game when it comes to businesses and entrepreneurship. I've always got a load of projects going on. But last year, when I was introduced to this India opportunity, a friend of mine, who's now my business partner, she approached me and she said, look, this beauty and wellness company that I'm partnered with, they are expanding into India next year. Would you like to learn more? And, as an entrepreneur, I was like, of course, because every opportunity should be listened to, right? Now, bear in mind, at this point, I knew nothing about skincare. I had no routine, knew nothing about the company, the business model, the products. But what I saw was this vision with India, all the things that Rick and Tom have just been talking about. This is, as far as I was concerned, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me to work with my motherland. But also, there's an uncapped financial opportunity here that I could see as a businesswoman. I could see how flexible it was, so it would fit around all the projects that I have going at the moment, and that I can work from anywhere, which for me is massive because I've spent the last 15 years crafting a lifestyle where I can work from anywhere. I'm actually dialing in from South Africa right now, where I am for 5 weeks working remotely, and New Skin can offer me exactly that. So, as you can tell, I'm pretty excited. But why am I excited? Well, apart from working with the motherland, I truly believe that we are going to be able to change lives. Now, when you think of the average Indian annual salary, it's £3,500 per annum, which when you break it down, it's just under £300 a month. So even at the bottom of that scale that Rick just showed us, even just through selling products, you can change somebody's life in India, not just their own life, but then just imagine if they reach leadership level, the whole trajectory of their lives and their families has changed forever. And I am totally here for that. So, guys, what are you waiting for? Contact the person who put you on this call. Ask all the questions. I certainly did. I did a lot of due diligence before I joined the company, but then I jumped in feet first. So give it your all. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Thanks for listening.
Thank you very much, Lena. Thank you very much, Amrita. Thank you, Rick. That is everything from us this evening. Just remember that this market is going to open once and once only. You got a one-shot opportunity at this. Some people are going to make massive moves in India, pioneer this market, and it's going to be a huge revenue driver for New Skin. The only question for you is, do you want to be a part of that, or do you want to watch it happen? Go back to the person who invited you onto this call and they can answer any questions that you may have. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your evening.